Imagine an engine unlike any other. No pistons hammering up and down. No clunky crankshaft grinding away, just a smooth, spinning triangle dancing in a chamber of fire, delivering power with a scream that hits 9,000 RPM. This is the Rotary engine. A wild idea born from a German dreamer's sketchbook, tamed by a relentless Japanese automaker, and now reborn in an electric world. Why did Mazda, a small company from Hiroshima, cling to this quirky, temperamental beast when giants like GM and Mercedes gave up? What's the secret behind their refusal to let it die? We'll unravel a story of obsession, innovation, and defiance. From the Rotary's chaotic birth in war-torn Germany to its glory days in screaming RX-7s, from its near-death by emissions laws to its electrified comeback in 2025, this is a tale of an engine that refused to quit. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the heart of Mazda's Rotary revolution. Our journey starts in 1924, in the smoky workshops of Lohr am Main, Germany. A 22-year-old tinkerer named Felix Wankel, with grease-stained hands and a hatred for pistons, dreamed of an engine that spun instead of shook. As a teen during World War I, he had sketched rotary pumps, imagining motion as fluid as a river. By the 1920s, he was sketching something radical. A triangular rotor orbiting in a peanut-shaped housing, squeezing air and fuel through intake, compression, power, and exhaust, all in one seamless spin. His first patent came in 1929, a rotary pump, but the Nazis saw potential. They funneled money into his lab, hoping for superchargers to power Messerschmitt fighters. After the war, Wankel was broke, blacklisted, and tinkering in a barn. In 1951, he teamed with NSU, a German motorcycle maker, and by 1957, they had built the KKM, Kreiskolben motor, or circle piston motor. It was tiny, light, and revved like a jet, hitting 9,000 RPM without valve float. Car makers from GM to Mercedes to the Soviets licensed it, dreaming of compact power. But there was a catch. Apex seals, the tips of that spinning triangle, wore out fast, scraping housings into chatter marks, nicknamed Devil's Claws. Oil burned, emissions choked, and fuel economy tanked. NSU's 1964 Spider wowed with smooth power but guzzled gas. Their 1967 Row 80 sedan was a futuristic marvel, but seals failed, warranties bled, and by the 1970s, VW swallowed NSU, killing their rotary dreams. Across the globe, a small Japanese company was watching. Toyo Kogyo, later Mazda, was rebuilding from Hiroshima's ashes, facing merger threats from Japan's giants. In 1961, President Tsuneji Matsuda made a gamble, a $400,000 license from NSU to build rotary engines. It was a long shot, but Matsuda's challenger spirit demanded boldness. A team of 47 engineers led by Kenichi Yamamoto tackled the beast. Their first prototype, the 40A, was a mess, chatter marks, leaking seals, blue smoke, but they iterated relentlessly. Carbon apex seals, chrome-plated housings, thermal reactors to cut emissions. By 1967, they unveiled the Cosmo Sport 110S, the world's first mass-produced dual-rotor car. Its 10A engine, 982 but punching like a 1.6-liter, made 110 horsepower, hit 0-60 in 9 seconds, and weighed just 1,900 pounds. Critics called it the engine of the future, smooth as a turbine with a futuristic coupe body to match. Owners raved it felt like flying, no vibrations, just a hum that climbed to a wail. But the Rotary's flaws hit hard. The 1973 oil crisis crushed its 15 mpg thirst, U.S. emissions, laws tightened, and early seals still failed at 50,000 miles. Mazda fought back. The 12A engine for the RX-2, a single distributor 12B, and REAP systems to burn cleaner. By 1975, they had sold 400,000 rotary vehicles. But rivals like GM abandoned their projects. Oldsmobile's Vortex died on seal woes. Why did Mazda persist? It was more than engineering. The Rotary embodied their Jinba Itai philosophy, horse and rider as one. Its seamless power seduced drivers, and early racing wins in Japan built a cult following. By the late 1970s, new alloys and coatings pushed seal life to 100,000 miles. As Yamamoto, now Mazda's president, put it, "We didn't invent it, we perfected it." The Rotary wasn't just an engine, It was Mazda's soul. The Cosmo was the spark, but the RX series was the fire. Mazda's rotary engines powered a lineup that redefined sports cars. Why? They were compact, fitting where V8s couldn't, light, and screamed to 9,000 RPM with a banshee wail. The 1968 Familia rotary coupe, called R100 abroad, was a budget rocket. 90 horsepower from the 10A, tax-friendly under 1 liter, but capable of 100 MEP. The 1970 RX-2, a Capella coupe, used the 12A for 122 horsepower, boxy but balanced. The 1971 RX-3 Savannah was a lightweight king, outrunning Skyline GTRs in touring car races. By 1974, the RX-4 brought luxury with the 13B's 120 horsepower, a quirky front-drive experiment. Rotaries made up 15% of Mazda's output by 1975, a badge of defiance. Then came the legend. The 1978 RX-7 FB, Matasaburo Maeda's design, with pop-up headlights and a 12A pumping 100 horsepower, weighed 2,800 pounds and hit 0-60 in 7.5 seconds. Over 470,000 sold, the best-selling rotary ever. Later versions added turbochargers pushing 160 horsepower. The secret? Perfect weight distribution with the tiny rotary slung behind the front axle. The 1986 FC RX-7 refined the recipe, its 13B turbo hitting 185 horsepower. The 1991 FD RX-7 was the zenith, sequential twin turbos, 255 horsepower 0-60 in 5.3 seconds, then the 2003 RX-8, with 4 doors and a Renesis engine pushing 232 horsepower to 9,000 RPM, blended practicality with thrill. Owners said it felt alive, buzzing, drinking their souls with every rev. But paradise had demons. The rotary's brilliance came with brittleness. Incomplete combustion meant unburnt fuel and oil burned in the chamber, dropping 13 mpg city when rivals like Honda Civic hit 30. The 1973 and 1979 oil crises crushed sails, apex seals. Those tiny warriors in a 1,000-degree inferno wore out early, leaving chatter marks. Rebuilds cost $3,000 when piston engines cost $1,000. Mazda fought with diamond-like coatings and better lubricants, stretching seal life to on 50,000 miles by the 1990s. Emissions. Laws were the executioner. The Clean Air Act demanded low hydrocarbons, and while Mazda's Reaps and Renesis cut emissions by 20%, the RX-8's 16 mpg couldn't meet CAFE standards. In 2012, Mazda halted production. Why had they fought so long? The rotary was their identity. Only Mazda built them, a badge no rival could claim. As one ex-engineer said, "It was our heart." Quitting was unthinkable. The track was where the rotary proved its worth. Racing wasn't just glory, it was survival. Wins validated Mazda's gamble. In the 1970s, RX-3s crushed GTRs in Japan's touring car series. In the 1980s, RX-7s dominated IMSA races. The pinnacle came in 1991 at Le Mans. Mazda's 787B, with a 4-rotor R26B making 700 horsepower, faced Porsche's might in a 30-hour rain-soaked battle. The rotary's smooth torque shone, powering the green and orange beast to victory. The first Japanese win at Le Mans, and the only rotary ever to claim it. Drivers called it a fight against the gods. Racing forced innovations, better seals, turbo tech, and durability that trickled to street cars. Post-1991, Star Mazda series kept the flame alive, proving the rotary could still compete. The 2012 halt felt like a funeral, but it was a nap. In 2023, Mazda revived the rotary with the MX-30R EV, a plug-in hybrid using a single-rotor 8C as a range extender, pumping 55 kW to charge a battery. It delivers 83 mpg in hybrid mode, dodging emissions traps by running at constant RPM, where rotaries shine. The compact engine fits perfectly in tight EV layouts. In 2025, Mazda is pushing further. The iconic SP concept, a dual-rotor hybrid with 365 horsepower, hints at an RX-7 successor. CEO Masahiro Moro calls it the Challenger Spirit reborn. The rotary is hydrogen-ready too, burning clean with no CO2. Mazda's SkyActiv R team, 36 engineers strong as of February 2025, is chasing carbon-neutral dreams. With multi-fuel rotaries on the horizon, Whispers of an RX-9 by 2027 have fans buzzing. The Rotary secret? Its small size and smooth power make it an EV's perfect partner. So why did Mazda refuse to let the Rotary die? It's more than engineering, it's ethos. From Wankel's wild sketches to Hiroshima's relentless tweaks. From Le Mans triumphs to hybrid rebirths, the Rotary embodies defiance. It's the engine that taught Mazda to innovate or fade. As 2025 unfolds, with hybrids humming and hydrogen burning, the Rotary spins on, not dead, but evolving. What's next? A screaming RX-9? A hydrogen-powered future? The Rotary story isn't over. It's just revving up.